Hey there, folks. Good morning. It is Martha Fraser, and I just want to say welcome to day 3 of the Mastermind. So I'm just updating. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. Do you ever have one of those days? Basically, I had problems with our gates getting out of the house, and then when I came to the office, couldn't get into the office. We're on now, so I just want to see that everyone can hear me. Everyone can see me, and I'll just double check the page myself. Just see. Okay, so we should be good to go, I think. Yeah, I'll just check this page. Sorry, no, guys, just give me 1 second. Finish.com slash. Okay, so if you're on with me this morning, just let me know that you can hear me. Okay, so should be updated now, Carol. I see you're on there this morning. Okay, so hopefully, just let me see now, that should refresh. It should be on live. Just going to comment myself. No. That should be live. Just going to see if I can double check this now. Okay, so just give me 1 second. Sorry about this, guys. I think I'm having a day of it. So let's just see that. Okay. I think we should be good. So I'll just double check the page. If you can hear me and see me, just try refreshing. Just let me know if that's working. See the page now for myself, actually. I lost it. Let's see. Let's see. Just let me know that that's working. Okay. Let me just check this out. Okay. So it should, hang on, I need to do one thing here. I think I'm just going to have one of those days today. Don't know if anyone can hear or see me. Day 3, that open. Day 1. Ah, here we go. Okay, so let me just come back to you here now. Okay, so I just need to update something here. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay.
Good morning, folks. How are you? It is Martha Fraser here.
Changes. No, what is going on? Okay, sorry, just give me 1 second. I need to fix this. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, so I can see it. It's not sharing it itself. Just give me a second. Okay, I'm just going to double check that this is the right. Okay, so it should now
How are you keeping?
have updated. Let's see now. Okay, so I have that in. So it changes. Something over here. It should have updated. Just check that. No. Okay, that's something really wrong here this morning. Let me just. Okay, just give me 1 second. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you the link. Okay, so okay, so it's live. Okay. Okay, so it's live. Okay. Okay, so it's live. Okay. So it's live. Okay, so just once I make sure that you can hear me, you can see me, we can get started. So sorry for this morning, not sure what is going on. Why it isn't. It's really frustrating, but it's okay. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I think that might actually have taken. Just give me 1 second. I think this is working now. So it should show up live on the page. We're good to go. So sorry, guys, about this. Okay, we're there, I think, now. So. Okay, we're there, I think, now. Okay, brilliant. So. Okay, so if everyone is with me, still with me, if you can just refresh now. Okay. Okay, so sorry about this, and thanks a million for coming in and joining me today. Sorry about this hiccup. I think I am just having one of those days. So just once I know that you're in with me and we're live, we can kick off. So hopefully you're all good this morning. Okay, sorry about this. Okay, here. Okay, great. Okay, brilliant. You have me now. Brilliant. That's great. Okay, so I'm just going to close that down. Okay, so today, thanks a million for staying with the 3 days, and I think it just shows your own dedication to your own journey, where you want to go, and how much you want that to work. So thank you for joining me, and I'm sorry about the hiccups this morning. Today I've been having one of those days. When I had problems with the gates, I knew that was the start. But so anyway, as I said, thanks for joining me. Thanks for taking the time out today. So today we're going to talk about have on offer, your sales page, and basically how I'm just going to share my screen now. I'm just going to sort that out. And how you can basically make sure that what you decide to put on offer, actually converts, actually connects with the people that we've spoken about the last couple of days, and helps them kind of really educate them on who it is you are, what it is you do, why they should purchase from you. And I'm just going to share my screen now. So it's this one here. So let's just share this here. So I think you have my presentation is up there. So let's just go back, and we're just starting on day 3, and really today is for anyone who's joining me. I don't want you listening to the same spiel every day, but just in case you're joining me new today, and you've missed the other couple of days, then my name is Martha Fraser. I'm an online business mentor, and I've been teaching people online for the past 4 years. And prior to that, I was a programmer for 14 years. And I also have an interest in health and nutrition as well. So basically, I suppose my own online journey brought me to where I am now. I'm the founder of the Shine Adventure, which is an online training program teaching you how to reach your 5 figures online. And not only that, but create customers who love you. It's an online training program, and the doors are now open. And I have a little surprise actually for anyone who signs up today. So what we're going to cover today is how to create a sales page for you and for your product that's or your service that sells. So what you need, like when you look at your website, I wonder, can I put on the little camera here as well? I'd like to have the camera on. Not sure I can do both. Anyway, yeah, we'll just stop sharing for a minute. Your screen sharing. Okay, so I just want to come back in for a minute. So when you look at your website, or maybe you don't have a website, right? What people want to see is what's your message, what's your mission. And when I say mission sometimes can kind of sound like, oh my God, I don't have a mission. But as you gain clarity by working with people, it's funny, I had a girl yesterday who was on, who's been on the Mastermind the last couple of days, and she rang me yesterday. And I suppose I just want to share the story with you because over the summer, I really took the time out to look at, okay, what am I doing? Who am I helping? How am I helping them? And am I serving them the way that I should be serving them? Am I giving them what they need? And one of the things that really came across to me was that some of my packages weren't supporting people enough. And now they hadn't signed up for more, but I didn't offer more. Like there's a story, a friend of mine, Melanie, said this to me. Not having your packages in a way that serves your client is like going out for dinner, ordering a starter, ordering the main course, and then the staff at the restaurant saying, sorry, we don't actually do dessert. So when you have your offers and your packages in a way that your client goes, oh my goodness, that's exactly what I want. So I had this lovely lady connect with me yesterday, and basically before the end of the phone call, she signed up with me and the payment went through there and then. And it was just a lovely conversation. And it was a lovely conversation because my message was really, really clear of who I am, what I do, and how I do it. Now, I didn't always have that. And it was the journey of not having it that got me to really kind of sit back and take the time out, like what you're doing here today, to take the time out and look at your business, look at your products, look at your offerings, look at your website. And I see way too many businesses who create their website and go, well, that's it now, it's done, it's there. It's not. I update my website. I read it all the time and I kind of go, is that really it? Is that what I want that to sound? And just, are my keywords updated? So the summer I took a couple of weeks out and I really reviewed what my packages were, what was I doing, and how could I do it better, and just the bare fact that basically I had changed them literally probably 2 weeks before that lady signed up with me yesterday to work with me for the next couple of months. I was just like going, and the fact that it was so easy, because the thing is, did you ever have clients where they might sign up with you, they might not, and then you have your best customers who go, yes, I like what you do, I like who you are, I want to work with you. And this lovely lady was a lovely example of that yesterday. We connected, we had a lovely conversation. I told her how I could work with her. And that was exactly what she wanted. And it just happened, so yeah, it's really about getting, as I said yesterday, about getting your communication clear about you, what you offer, how you offer it, how you sell it, what it does, what are the benefits, what are the transformations. And that's where today's webinar is really, really interesting, and I'm really delighted to bring it to you. So let's just get going now. Again, I'm just going back and share my screen. So I just wanted to come back in and just tell you about that, really, for you to take that time out over the weekend. Sometimes I might just have my phone and I'll open my own website and I'll have a read of it, and kind of, you don't have to set aside hours of time. You just have to kind of just keep reading it. And the thing is, right, if you don't have website now, just create a page and it'll grow. You're never going to have the perfect website. You're going to have different versions of it, and every version you're going to get better and better. So I would say, you'd want to be updating your website every 6 months, definitely every year, and until you have your text and that right. Now, you don't want to be changing your links too much with SEO links and all that kind of stuff. But brilliant. So Maura is with us this morning. Carol and Miriam is here as well. If anyone else is here, just pop your name in the comment section down below. Now, I know some people have said to me that they can't actually see the comments. So I think there's a good few people who are watching. So anyway, right, so being very clear about your products. Another thing as well on your website, and I hadn't planned on talking about this, but while I am here talking about it, we'll just have a little chat. So I was with a client a couple of years ago, and before I went to see her, I looked up her website, checked out who she was, did my little bit of research. And then when I got to her, I said, okay, tell me about you, who you are, and what your business does. So we had a lovely conversation. She told me an incredible story. And then I said to her, none of that is on your website. None of it at all is on your website. And your website just comes across as very flat. This is it. This is what we do. And I said, it's a pity you didn't share that story on your website. So, I'd love you to take the time out, have a look at your website. Is there a photo of you in it? Is your personality on it? Is your maybe story why you started, who you are, what your passion is? If you have a product-based service, why did you start a business like with products? What made you love the products that you sell? Why is it special for you? And if you take a moment and go back to, maybe we might just do it now, if we just kind of sit and think about why you wanted to work for yourself. What was that fire in your belly? Why did you choose the business that you're doing now? What was your association with it? And this is really important, because sometimes when we're working for ourselves a long time, we can forget that feeling. But a feeling is something that you can actually reignite and go back to when you take the time out, close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths, breathe into it, and just go back to that feeling why you started your business. So if this is making any sense, if anyone's getting anything from this, make sure you comment on the page. Yeah, because it's just so important that your website reflects who you are and your personality, by the way, right? So don't forget about trying to get a little bit of that across. And sometimes we can come across too professional, too clinical, and people buy from people. That phrase is so worn out at this stage, but it's true. And the thing that I would say as well is connect in with your personality and your traits. So 2 things actually that 2 people said to me there yesterday was, I was kind of looking for a tagline on my own website, and I'd been working on this over the summer, and I hadn't quite nailed it. And then two people rang me yesterday, and both of them at different points said, "Martha, you're very kind and you're very caring." And I just thought, I used to always try and suppress that. Not suppress it because, well, actually, I did, because my very first job as a software engineer, I was working with Motorola, and I was working. We were working on the software on the line in the factory where we were making radio phones. And one lady on the line just said, "Oh my God," she said, "you're so soft." She said, "You'll never survive in in your career," or something like that. And I think in a way that was probably a trait that I was trying to suppress, because that's not going to help me in business. But now I realize it's actually a trait that is very important, because I do care. So my tagline that I created yesterday then was your online business and mentor coach who cares and gets results. So bringing your personality into bringing who it is you are. And we've also talked about the customer journey. Your customer wants to know that you care, that you're going to be there if you mess up, that you're going to help them. So how can you bring that across on your website? Okay, sorry. So this was basically going on a little bit too long on that, but we'll just get back now. So basically, all of that is really important, because if you have that message in your branding of what you're doing, then it'll really, really help you. It'll help people connect with you when they go to your website, basically. So today we're covering the sales page of your product and how that will help you sell. So we might just do this 5-minute meditation. So this 4-day mastermind is about you getting into the vision of your 5-figure income. What does that mean? So what does your 5-figure income mean? So I'd like you to sit back, just take a deep, slow breath, and just relax your shoulders, unwind. Take another deep, slow breath. And just think about that 5-figure income. Think about the balance in your bank account. But not only that, but what does that mean to you that you will make this money? Does it mean that you can work less? Does it mean you can hire a cleaner? Does it mean that you can hire a PA or a virtual assistant? Does it mean you can get someone to do your accounts for you? What will it do for you? What will it do for your relationship? And how would it make you feel to know that you were getting paid for doing something you loved? So it's really important to get into this feeling, because there's days when you feel that it's not going to work. There's days when you feel a little bit low. And why I'm doing this meditation with you now is that I want you to know that at any point you can come back and refocus on your vision, refocus on what it will bring you, and try and dig deep on that. Will it bring you more holidays? Will it bring you more time with your family, time with your friends, and maybe a little bit more time with yourself, not to be so stressed. So do this practice daily. I think it's a really, really important one. So take another deep, slow breath, shake out your body, and just relax and come back into the room with us. Okay, so I wonder, did anyone actually do that, or am I just so Miriam just posted there. Maura says she loves it. Not too sure what exactly you love, but you love it. So Miriam posted there, I'm working on setting up my website, and what I'm wondering is whether I should say something like, "we can help you," rather than "I can help you." I'm just wondering, if I set up holidays and they see I'm working alone, will this look less interesting for potential clients? Well, for your business, I'd possibly say, Miriam, we can help you, because you probably will at one point hire a VA or an assistant. And I was at a course a couple of years ago, and the guy running the course said, "Now I've never done it, but I've been tempted, even though I'm hoping to take on someone myself this year." But um, anyway, he said that you could have Jenny at, let's say, whatever your website is, golfingholidays.com, and Jenny can be literally just an email address, but that's the persona who manages all the emails. So it's about creating personas in your business rather than people. Now, you that may come across as a little bit false, but it's just something I heard, and I just thought I'd share it. But it could be something useful to yourself, because I think definitely with the golfing holidays, it may seem, I think perhaps what I probably would set up, Miriam, is support at, I'd set up different emails, accounts at, or support at, help at, so that the different emails are there rather than Miriam at. So that's probably something that I'd set up there for yourself. Okay, so let's get started today then. So your sales page goal. So it's very important when you're writing your sales page. And first of all, it's very important to have a sales page. Now everyone is going to have a different page. And I just actually last night myself, I have been playing with some new tools for checkout. So depending on, there's a couple of different elements, right, of your sales page. There is the text, there's images, there's color, there's layout, and there is the checkout part, right? So if you are doing a coaching service or a kind of therapy kind of thing, then there needs to be probably like a lead in. And also, I forgot to mention a video as well, right? So always great to put on a video on a sales page. It could be a little video about yourself. Welcome to this page. I'm really excited that you've landed here. And also that you might do maybe a 1-minute spiel about the product. You might, if it's a physical product, you might actually hold the product in your hand. There is nothing like rotating something and someone being able to see the size relative to what it is. Now I know if you have a lot of products, then that may not be possible, but maybe for your key seller products, it's something you might do. And then if you're not selling physical products, then you are selling maybe your services or your digital services, then great to have a video at the top of the page welcoming people. Now, I've just done my website over the summer. I still have some videos of my own to put in. And the thing is, right, and why I'm telling you that is that you're not going to get it all done straight away. These things take time. And if you do it bit by bit, or if you can just if you have enough time to take time off and get it all done, great. But, I'm not stressing myself out. I know I've got videos to do. I will do them. And it's like layering a cake, as you're layering the cake, it gets bigger and bigger, so just look at the next layer that you need to do. What were we going to say? Now, the other thing as well is, so what's the goal of your sales page, right? The goal of your sales page is to make a customer. So you want to make sure that the person who lands on that page is looking for what you have on offer, right? So that's actually another day's mastermind, is getting the person to land on the page. I might actually cover a bit of that, maybe in tomorrow's mastermind. So how to basically get the leads to land on the page. We'll probably have to put in the cart before the horse today, but that's okay. So who is your customer? And we covered this the last 2 days, knowing the pain points. Now, this is where having done the work in the first 2 days really pays off, because you can then put that language on your sales page, right? So So think of, again, if you have a product-based business, you might say in the comments, is there a new baby in the family? Or is there a new baby, a new brother, a new sister, a new grandchild? Or has your friend got some great news? Sorry, I'm thinking of Maura Glynn's business now here. Congratulations from Cotton On. So can you see how you're connecting with whoever's landing on the page? So basically, if you're at the new page, new baby, then congratulations from Cotton On. Where you could have a little GIF or a video. Yay, there's a new baby in the world. What was I going to say there? So there's a new baby in the world, so be excited. And that's one of the things on your sales page. You need to show your excitement for what you do, who you are, and so that it comes across on the page, because people who want to work with you or buy from you, if you're excited about what you do, then it makes them kind of think, wow, this must be good, she's really into this, and why not? Because look, if you're working at it full time, you should be excited, because you obviously love it that you've chosen this over a job, because it's not the easiest path, but it's a path that we love. Okay, so what is it you're selling? Now, make sure you put down the what, the when, the how, the why, the where. So what is it? When will you receive it? How will you receive it? What happens once people sign up with you? Once they buy your product, be it digital or physical, why would they buy it over anything else? And the where. Now, depending on what your service is, there might be a where. So where will they receive it? Where will they go to get it? Etc. So that information needs to be at the top. What is the price now? And there is a little bit of, some people, if you're in a coaching service, then some people say not to put the price on your sales page. Personally, I prefer to be upfront and say, this is my price. Now, the thing is that if you're going to do, let's say, if what some people say is leave the price off, let people ring you, and then let them connect in and see how you can provide value. But I think that's a decision you have to make for yourself if you're a coach or a therapist. For me, myself, I have decided to put my prices on my website and to make it very clear, because I suppose I kind of want people to know who I am, what I do, how I can help them. And if they're ready to work with me, let them come and work with me. That there's enough of me out there for them to kind of make the decision. And of course, yes, I will have a call with them, but they've probably made up their mind at that stage. So is there a payment plan? So there are so many businesses out there right now which are not offering a payment plan. Like yesterday, I was just walking home. I passed a toy store here locally, and I saw they had a sale on, and I kind of thought, well, I don't really need any gift at the moment. And it just crossed my mind. I said, well, I bet you if they had a payment plan option, that I could just go in and sign up and pay my €10 a month or €20 a month or something like that. And when an occasion came up, that I could just go in. Making it as easy as possible for your client to buy from you. So depending on the price of your product, they may or may not have the money right now today. So they may have come across you, they may have liked what you do, but right now today they might be stuck this week. So how can you make them sign up, make it easy for them? So in the UK, unfortunately not in Ireland yet, PayPal has created this thing, pay me what you can. So you can have a link on that. Now that would be for something like, if you want to do a group event and you don't mind, you just want people to get there and pay you what they can. So it depends. That's a handy thing for that kind of an event. But if you create a payment plan, maybe with 5 or 10 payments, depending on the price of your product, or create one with 3 payments. So Carol has just said, I find it almost impossible to think of a 5-figure. So maybe this is a key for me. I've never looked beyond paid by hour or week. I want to live a life of adventure and travel at least in the next 2 years, so don't have the exact figure of expenditures right now. Yeah, so it's a really good practice just to think, okay, well, what is my 5-figure income? What would I like it to be? Some of you maybe here today, you might be you might be gone into the 6-figure. And what does 5-figure mean? So we kind of did that exercise, I think, was it yesterday, where we divided in the different amounts into your 5-figure. And like you can see that, like, I'm just going to do the calculation here now. Like 197 by 20, I don't know, maybe more, 197 by 50. Yeah, 3, 4. Okay, we need more. So 297 by 50. Okay, so if you have a product that's €297, and if you get 50 people to buy it, it's 14,850. Now, the reason I just did that little exercise is just to say, okay, you need to create a product, or you have a service with an added value product, and you get 50 people to sign up, and you've made your 5-figure income of 14,850. Now, if you do that 4 times during the year, you're going to make 59,400. So that's €60,000. So it's just getting that clarity, So as I said, is there payment plans? These are all the kind of things you need to think about when you're creating your sales page. And one of the biggest things when you're creating your sales page is, what is the business goal behind my sales page? Okay. Now, the other thing that I meant to mention is that when you're creating your sales page, it could be just your page on your website. You might use the tool Lead Pages, or there's a couple of different ones, but I've used Lead Pages, which is really, really good. If you go to my website, My Tools, then I've listed some of the best tools that I've used and that I really loved. I only connect with partners who I really love. I'm a bit of a tool fanatic as well, so I love checking out new tools. So basically you need to decide where you're doing your sales page. Is it going to be a page on your website? Yesterday I did, not yesterday, the day before, I did a quick sales page for one of the girls on the Shine Adventure program was a little bit stuck. So we needed to connect in her mail. Basically, she was running a webinar on Friday. She had no way of opting in. She just hadn't the time to get that done. So it just helped her out by embedding the code for the opt-in from the MailChimp onto her sales page. And, it was a sales page really created in a half an hour. So just, things can be basic. They can cost you very little, or you can go to the likes of using Lead Pages or something like that. Or again, sign up with a graphic designer and get your website fully done. But the thing is, though, you will always need, your business is always changing. It's organic, it's always changing. So you'll always need, probably a landing page for a different event or something that's coming up. So when we did the exercise about what are the challenges of your customer, this is where that comes into handy. It comes into use because you're transferring the issues into resolutions on your sales page. So taking the issues you created earlier, matching the issues with the benefits of your product and your program, and laying that out. So you might, you're going to talk about the impact of your product, what it will have on your customer, what it will give to them, and what is the impact of not buying this product from you. So you really want to make the sales page about them. You want to identify with your customer. You want them to, they need to know that you understand the problem and you know exactly what they need. Like, again, whether this is a digital or a physical product, you know, with the physical product, you can always come back and say, look, I know you're an emergency. This is why I have my 24-hour delivery, because we care that you don't, you don't arrive late with no present or something like that. You know, you're connecting back in with the issue. What's the issue? Someone's going to a christening and they forgot to buy a present. Someone is going somewhere and they forgot something, and they you know, so they just want to connect with you and what you're doing. So so basically it's really important to use the language, and that's why the exercise that we did previously about what are their issues, what are their pain points, why do they need you. So it's about matching your products to their pain points, and when you use that language again back in your sales page, they're going to actually really connect more, and the potential of actually buying from you is actually going to be much higher. So if they have a problem, oh yeah, and the other thing, they need to know what are the steps if they buy and what happens next. If they have a problem, what is their get out clause? How can they know that they're safe to buy from you? Sorry, just 1 second. How can they know that it's safe to buy from you? And you know, so if they buy from you and if something goes wrong, are you going to support them? So these are some of the questions that you need to kind of be thinking about and answering. Like when I've done sales pages in the past where I've probably spent 2 weeks, if not 3 weeks, on and off working on them, going over the language, going over the layout, you know, and it takes time, you know, so don't ever think that your sales pages are perfect, okay? So the payment needs to be easy. So this is really, really important. The payment needs to be easy, because this is where you can actually really lose people. So if you have people signing up with you and they kind of get to the checkout stage, and now a lot of people use PayPal or Stripe for their checkout. But if they get to the checkout stage and they kind of go, oh, you know, I'm not really sure. Oh, do I sign it with my card? Do I sign it with my... I had a client the other day who had an issue with a customer, and even though PayPal is straightforward enough, they still had an issue. So how can you make payment easy? So use Stripe or PayPal. Maybe, you know, put a little video up saying, you know, I use Stripe or PayPal. This is a secure method of payment. All you need to do is blah, blah, blah. So you could put that video up possibly on your checkout page or something like that. Or you could use a payment third-party tool to make your checkout process streamlined. So when I say third-party tool, you know, something like WooCommerce, a tool that I was playing with last night was called Samcart. So Samcart is basically, it helps you master your checkout page, and that is $97 a month. However, the way they help you master your checkout page, I think could actually really help you improve. So basically it allows you to include upsells, it allows you to include testimonials on your checkout page, and your guarantee, and some other information as well. So that is so much more beneficial rather than just having a PayPal button. Because if you decide to change your mind when you're at the PayPal stage, then there's no other text around that page to actually make you rethink, oh no, I am actually going to buy this. I'll do it right now. And the other thing that I haven't mentioned yet either is making sure that you have your pixel, your Facebook pixel on your checkout page. And not even just on your checkout page actually, but on the sales page. And then after people check out, you would want to have what's called a thank you page. So if you create another web page, basically with a video of you saying, thanks so much for signing up. What's going to happen next is blah, blah, blah. And you need to put your Facebook pixel on that thank you page so that you can track the conversion of the sale if you do any Facebook ads or anything like that. So, so actually use an upset, not an upset. So use an upsell. So that was the last point there. So use an upsell to increase your sales. So what is an upsell? So an upsell is basically where someone might say to you, if you buy this and here's another product on top of it that's worth, maybe 50 euro or something like that. So Deirdre says, hi Martha and all, I had my program as 500 euro, which is less than it's worth, but ended up reducing price to 229 in order to attract clients. But it's going to take more clients to get to my income goal. Yeah, Deirdre, we have our one-to-one, so I'll talk to you about that on our one-to-one. I think as well, it's positioning your product. It's positioning your product and showing the value of what they're getting. And perhaps you haven't maybe presented that on a sales page enough. So when you look at the impact of when somebody gets your product and when they do the journey, and when they, at the end of the journey, how much better they feel, how is that going to impact on them? So if they feel much better at the end of it, will they perhaps get a job? That job could be worth 50,000. Will they maybe be in a state of mind to start a new relationship, which is priceless? Would it have an impact on their family and have a happy family? So what it's really about positioning your product and showing the value and showing the impact that it will have on the person who buys it. So how can you communicate clearly on your sales page? So understanding what it is you are selling and being able to clearly state what that is in a couple of lines. So passing the mother test, and I have to credit this to Oisin Brown. So I don't know if any of you know Oisin. Oisin has a couple of books out. The Bin Man's Guide to Marketing and another one, and I saw him speaking once, and the Bin Man's Guide to Selling, that's it. And I saw Oisin speaking once, and he said this line, which I thought was great. So your product has to pass the mother test. If you can explain it to your mother, then you know exactly what it is, what it does, and you can say it in a couple of lines, and presuming she understands what you're talking about. So can you put what your product says in a couple of lines? And then matching your product with their issues. As we said this earlier, right? So I'm just really reinstating this, that if you get really clear on your product and the language you use, and this is so important, not to use fancy language. Say it as it is. Say what it does and use the language of basically the issues that your client has. So I was at a talk, I think it was the Online Marketing Galway event last year, and there was a lady there from Air, and she was talking about when they rebranded to Air, how they had this word for broadband, and they were calling it, I think, Air Play. Anyway, she said not to use it. She said just use the word broadband. And anyway, when they created the new website, their hit rate on that page went down. And they did some market research, sent out some surveys, and the surveys came back that people didn't know what it was, even though it was a cool word. So they went back to the simple language of, basically, what is it? It's broadband and TV or something. I think that was it, broadband and TV. So just call it broadband and TV. So just use simple language on your sales page. Don't complicate it. Yeah, so just keep it simple. So communicate with no jargon. So that's kind of what I was saying there. The benefit of keeping your language simple is that your customer will understand you and they won't feel confused. Do not try to be cool with made up words that describe your product. Be clear about your product, what it is, what it does, and the result of having your product. So a typical sales page might be, now again, this particular example might be more for coaching and service. If you're going to have a digital product, or if you're going to have a physical product, it's probably going to be more like a shop front, but what's also important, if you do have a physical product, to put down the quality. Where do you source your materials? Like, I know there's a friend of mine who, Shona Easton, who is a handbag designer, and she's quite, it's very important to her that the quality of the leather is from, fair trade workshops. And so, there's probably stuff that you put a lot of attention into about making your business a quality business that you haven't put on your website yet. Is there standards that you go by? Is there awards you've won? Is there a particular way that you do something so that it will last? So like one of my clients, their products last 30 years. Have you missed out some information that you can put into your sales page like that? And maybe if you're in business 5 or 10 or 15 years, do you get a little like a stamp created with in business 15 years, because that's, if you're in business a long time, then it says something about you, it says that you're doing good, people like what you're doing. Okay, so so basically, you have the title, and then you could say something like, have you ever been in this situation, or have you ever been, this is kind of the way your life is. What if, and kind of dig more into that, like you'd want a paragraph on that, right? Kind of basically, what's the pain point? And then what if you could or have, so then you kind of want to create the vision of where these people are going. So, and then imagine if you could do X, Y, and Z. Imagine if you could, like what I was just saying there to Deirdre, imagine if, so Deirdre deals with anxiety. She's a therapist who deals with anxiety. So imagine if your anxiety didn't impact on your life as much. Imagine if you felt good enough to apply for a job. Imagine if your anxiety was less in your family and you laughed more together. Imagine if you got up in the morning and you were happy without being anxious. Imagine if you had less headaches. Imagine if, so this is definitely more of a sales page for therapists and coaches. But you could put little elements of this into a physical business. So imagine if you have a new baby in the family and you've nothing ordered. Don't worry, we've got your back. We'll get this delivered to you in the next 24 hours if you order before 2 p.m. And that's a lovely line. We've got your back. You could even perhaps get products delivered to an event, if they're they're that stuck. So that's the imagine part, which is really putting the person into the state of, well, what if, you know, your vision of what you need is possible. So the title then, the title really needs to kind of say what it is you're doing, and what's the result that people are going to get. So the title will, and that by doing this, it will do this by how are you going to do it? And you can add in more information there. Again, the presentation, the layout, it's all really important. The imagery, the colors, there's so much you could go into here. So keep the language simple, use bullet points where you can. And again, always, whenever you're creating a sales page, make sure you check a mobile phone that the sales page, because if you have done a sales page with loads of text, and then you come to the mobile phone and it's just like, oh my goodness, it's like text overload. So you want color, you want bullet points, and you want it to make it simple, you know. Use good quality images, make sure that they're not pixelated, that they're not, you're not stretching them too much. There's a couple of different sites. Pixabay is a site for free images, and there's another one, I can't think of it off the top of my head. Canva.com is brilliant for creating easy graphics. So that's Canva, CANVA.com. That's really good. It's free. There is a paid version, but that's more for teens. So make it easy to buy with a payment plan. So we've talked about that already. Look into using a third-party application like WooCommerce or a SamCard. Include testimonials, text or video, or both. So this is so important. So when you're creating a sales page, make sure that you include a testimonial from someone you've worked with. It can be either text or video or both. To be honest, both is probably a good idea, because some people, they may not have time to look at a video, but they can read quickly a couple of lines of text with the face. And, you know, include a little paragraph of who you are, why they should buy from you, and you know what that means to buy from you. So so that was kind of an out covering. Oh yeah, we've got a little bit more to do actually. So that was kind of an overview of, you know, creating a sales page for your product, and how the first couple of exercises of looking at the language, the pain points of your customer will really help you connect with creating a sales page that will convert. So we're going to do a quick meditation here about the belief in your goal, whatever your goal is for the next quarter that's coming, whether it could be 10, 20, 50,000, it could be more. So what is the belief that you will actually do it? So a good friend of mine, Aisling Mooney, did a session with me recently. And so we talked about beliefs in myself, my own business. I don't mind sharing this. And she did an incredible session with me where she said, okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, Martha, you know, what do you believe about your business? And I said, okay, I'm at an 8 at the moment. And she said, what's the 2? And I said, well, I think the 2 is just, you know, it's nerves, it's anxiousness, it's, you know, I think, you know, something that everybody has. What is that 2 doing? That's what it's keeping me in safety. And then so she did a really interesting tool. So a session with me. So by the end of the session, what I realized was that my anxiousness was worried that I wasn't going to be safe, but I was going to be safe. So knowing when any anxiousness comes up in your business, if you kind of keep using an affirmation that I am safe to go ahead, I am safe to make a 5-figure income, it is okay for me to reach a little bit higher, dream a little bit bigger, and go for it, and accept there are going to be obstacles along the way. There's going to be resistance, there's going to be fears, there's going to be anxiety. But at each step, I choose to step forward. I choose to have faith in myself. And I know I am going to be safe. It is okay for me to move forward. So check in with the belief in your goal every day. And maybe that's a little affirmation to write out, or create your own affirmation. So all of this, again, is coming back to whether you are ready to put all of this planning and strategy and big vision into action. So I have a gift for anyone who is on live today, who wants to kind of go, yeah, I'm ready to actually take this a little bit further, Martha. So as I said, I'm the founder of the Shine Adventure, which is an online program which teaches you how to move forward with your business. So how to put a big vision plan together, how to put the clarity and planning together, how to create the strategy for it, how to create the implementation and all the techie stuff behind it, and then how to create a lead generation system, how to create a conversion system where those leads become customers. So this can be an online program, it can be a physical product where you want to make more sales online. It can be you getting yourself up and off the ground in your business with your packages and your offerings. So it's really for anyone, no matter what stage you are in business, because it'll apply to you. So I just see, oh, Deirdre, thanks so much. Just saw your comment there. Yes, thanks. I can see how that is working for me in the Shine Adventure. Honestly, you offer so much extra value. Thanks so much. It's lovely. Thanks, Deirdre. So for anyone who is going to sign up today to the Shine Adventure, I am offering a gift that's only available live on this webinar, and that is a half-day intensive with me online. So if you want to put your planning together, your strategy in a one-to-one session, you will get a half-day intensive with me. And you'll also get the Shine Adventure program. So the half-day intensive with me is worth €500, and the Shine Adventure program is worth $597. So basically, you're getting one of them for free. So what is the Shine Adventure program for? So for anyone who wasn't with us yesterday, basically it's an 8-week online program. There's 7 main key points that we touch on along the journey. One is build your community, because without a successful community, there isn't a successful business. So if you want to jump on, and really I'm only going to offer a couple of these gifts today. So if you want to jump on to shineadventure.com, and if you sign up for the Shine Adventure today, then I'm going to give you that half day one-to-one session with me. So build your community, and then there's no successful business without a successful community, but you need to understand how to build a community. So I'm going to teach you how to create a group, how to kind of get yourself out on Twitter, how to create a following for what you do and people who are interested in what you do. On the program, we're going to be talking about clarity, income and planning, creating your online vision, creating the strategy, creating the lead generation system and the online conversion system to get sales. And one of the most important parts that I'm really very proud that this is part of the Shine Adventure is teaching you how to create a customer journey so that you create an amazing experience for people who work with you and who love what you do, and basically who just refer you on to other people, and refer your business on to other people. So basically it's an 8-week online program. There's 12 live calls. There's tons of training material. I step in and help you whenever you need it. And basically it is, sorry, just looking at that there. So yeah, so it's a really interesting program. And as well as that, there are a couple of bonuses. You will get the Shine Adventure live event recording, which is valued €97. You will also get create your first online program first. So for anyone who is joining who would like to create an online program but they're not sure how, you will also get create your first online program. And that's the behind the scenes. So when you do join, you will become part of this back end system with everything, all the resources you need. You'll also get access to a private community. And once you do join the Shine Adventure, you will, you're in, that's it. It runs twice a year. You can access it and become part of the live group every year. And there are 12 group calls, there's masterclasses in Facebook ads, lead pages, and webinars. So basically teaching you everything you need to know to get your business online. So for today, this is really just for today only. If you want to join the Shine Adventure, if you want to take your business to the next level, and not just that, but yourself as well, if you want to become the entrepreneur that you need to become, then you can get the Shine Adventure and a half day one-to-one online with me. So where we can map out all your business, your clarity, your packages, your offerings, who you are, what you do, and how you want to, we put your 5-figure income plan together. What systems do you need? And then you have the Shine Adventure to support you afterwards. So this is just for today. I'm offering this. So if you want to know more about the Shine Adventure, you can go to shineadventure.com and there should be all the information there. So if you click on the middle button of 597, then you'll get access. Whoever signs up today, I'll contact you straight away and we'll book in your half-day session so that you can get started. So yeah, so that's basically it. It's an incredible program. Some lovely, lovely people so far have joined the Shine Adventure and have got some great results. And so basically between all the bonuses with the program, the value is $3,585. And you're getting it for $597, which is a great bargain. So I just want to come to a bit of Q&A. So if anyone has any questions about today, about what we covered, it's really important that, and reward yourself for kind of taking this time out, for taking some time out in your business, and just really coming into yourself and what you're doing. So I'm just going to double check any questions on what we covered today. And I think maybe, you're probably beginning to join the dots now about what you're doing, I'm just going to unshare my screen for now. So from the first few days between what we're covering the big vision, the planning, the clarity, and you're getting more an idea about, maybe you're quite clear on what you do already, and maybe you want to make it more even clearer. Maybe you want to define your customer journey more so that it's such an amazing experience for your customers to work with you. So if there's any questions, just let me know. I'll just check the page there. And if you do want to become part of the Shine Adventure program, if you have any questions on that, you can just ask them as well. As I said, if you join today, you will get a half-day one-to-one. This is an offer only on today. You will get a half-day one-to-one with me, and you'll also get access to the Shine Adventure. So it's an incredible offer. During this half day, I will map out your business with you. I'll map out what you're doing, who you are, what products you currently have on offer, how we can rejig them, how we can rejig them to make a better customer experience, but also increase your income, how we can add value and maybe more revenue to your business, and map that all out to create your 5-figure income. And then you have the Shine Adventure to support you afterwards. So if you want to go to marthafraser.com, if you go to work with me, solopreneurs, there's a button there called Discovery Call. So if you're interested in working with me, you can book a 30-minute free meeting to talk about that. If you're interested in the Shine Adventure, if you buy now while we're on live, I might give you maybe an hour after this, but that's it. You'll have to buy today to get the half day one-to-one with me. So if you do buy today, you're saving €500. So it's been a great session today, guys. I've really enjoyed it. And it's great talking about people's websites and how, keeping them up to date, keeping them live. It's an organic thing that needs constant attention. Your sales page is something that is one of the most important things in your path of making money of your business. So you do so much work in, talking to people, your business cards, meetups, clients, doing the work of your business, and then to neglect the last part of the sales page and your payment page is probably one of the biggest mistakes that people make. So thank you for joining me. I've had a fantastic day. As I said, if you want to sign up today, go to the shineadventure.com website and just sign up there. Anyone who signs up today, I'll book you in. I'll be in touch ASAP, and I will book you in for your half day of clarity and planning and a little bit of fun with me. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, you can let me know. I'm just checking the questions now, if there's any more questions. Let me see. I think we're good. Yeah, I think that's it. No other questions. Okay. So we are going to go. So tomorrow is our last day of the mastermind. And tomorrow's topic, I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm terrible. Hang on, I'm going to have to look it up. Tomorrow's topic is okay, I'm terrible. Mastermind. Sign up. Okay, so then just to reflect back on, we have. Oh, here it is. So day one, we talked about your big vision, your product, your offerings, your 5-figure numbers, and why skipping that section means failure. So I hope you can see now how taking the time out the last few days has really made an impact on your business. Day two, we talked about the mastermind call, understanding your customers, choosing the right products to sell, to reach your 5-figure goals, and how to create an online program to help you reach even higher income and more time off with your family. So day three then was today, how to create your sales page, your product that sells, and how to communicate clearly to convert your customers. So day four, we're talking about creating your 5-figure launch plan. So how are you going to launch your 5-figure plan? So we're going to be talking about that tomorrow. That's actually going to be gold dust. So if you're still interested in working with me, go to marthafraser.com, book your 30-minute discovery session with me. If you'd like the free half day with me and get the Shine Adventure as well, then sign up today on shineadventure.com. And you have to think about, okay, so what will happen if I don't actually make a step now? What will happen? What is my alternative? And how am I going to push my business forward? So I would love to help you and make your 5-figure plan come together. And not just that, I would love to help you create that customer journey for your customers. Because It's about creating happy customers who love what you do. And the benefit then is that you make your 5-figure income. So it's a win-win. It's good karma for everybody. So that's it for today, guys. I've had a lovely time. We're back tomorrow, our last day tomorrow. So I will see you at 10 o'clock in the morning. If you have any questions, email me, martha@marthafraser.com, or book your free 30-minute discovery session on my website under Work With Me Solopreneurs. And if you want to sign up for the Shine Adventure, go to shineadventure.com. So anyone who does sign up today, you will get the free half day with me. So it'll be fairly powerful, and it will really help accelerate your business very, very fast. So thanks a million, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Take care. Bye, bye, bye.